Once one of the most popular sitcoms of the late 70s and early 80s, The Jeffersons, 1975 to 1985, left an enduring mark with its sharp humor, heartfelt moments, and unforgettable cast. Nearly 4 decades after the final episode aired, what has become of those familiar faces? Who continued to shine under the spotlight, who stepped away from show business, and who has left behind a lasting legacy in the hearts of fans? Join us as we look back at the journey from then to now for the stars of The Jeffersons, where nostalgia meets discovery, and every story holds a surprise. Roxy Roker portrayed Helen Willis in The Jeffersons, 1975, when she was 46 years old. Helen is elegant, intelligent, and socially progressive, forming half of one of television's first interracial couples with her husband, Tom Willis. She is gracious and good-humored but quick to speak her mind, often standing up to George Jefferson's stubborn attitudes with sharp wit and poise. Her friendship with Louise provided warmth and stability amid the show's comedic chaos, while her very presence challenged societal norms and pushed TV toward greater inclusivity. In real life, Roxy Roker began as a stage actress, winning acclaim for her theater work before moving into television. Her groundbreaking portrayal on The Jeffersons opened doors for more diverse representation on screen. She was also the mother of rock musician Lenny Kravitz, and her influence extended beyond acting into cultural and social impact. Tragically, she passed away on December 2, 1995, at the age of 66 due to breast cancer, leaving behind a pioneering television legacy that continues to be celebrated. Isabel Sanford portrayed Louise Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when she was 58 years old. Louise is the warm, sensible, and loving wife of George Jefferson, serving as the calm counterbalance to his brash personality. Wise, patient, and compassionate, she is the glue that holds the Jefferson household together, offering kindness to friends and neighbors while standing her ground when challenged. Her gentle humor and down-to-earth wisdom made her a fan favorite, and her relationship with George provided a mix of comedy and heartfelt moments. In real life, Isabel Sanford began her career on stage before moving into film and television, notably appearing in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967. She made history as the first African-American woman to win the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a comedy series for her role as Louise. Even after The Jeffersons ended, she continued to appear in guest spots, commercials, and reunions. She passed away on July 9, 2004, at the age of 86, from natural causes, leaving a trailblazing legacy that still inspires. Zara Cully portrayed Olivia Mother Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when she was 83 years old. Mother Jefferson is George's proud, sharp-tongued, and fiercely protective mother, often clashing with her daughter-in-law Louise in humorous yet loving ways. She is a strong matriarch with old-fashioned values, never shy about voicing her opinions, especially when it comes to George's well-being or success. In real life, Zara Cully was already a veteran stage actress before entering television, with a career spanning vaudeville, Broadway, and teaching drama. Her refined delivery and commanding presence made her a standout despite appearing in only the early seasons of the series. Sadly, her time on the show was cut short when she passed away on February 28, 1978, at the age of 86, due to lung cancer. Even with her limited screen time, Cully's portrayal left a lasting impact, and Mother Jefferson remains a beloved figure among fans of the series. Sherman Hemsley portrayed George Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 37 years old. George is a confident, quick-tempered, and ambitious entrepreneur who owns a successful dry cleaning business. Known for his swagger, sharp comebacks, and frequent arguments with neighbors, George is fiercely protective of his family, even if his pride sometimes gets in the way. His comedic banter with Louise became one of the defining elements of the show, while his friendship rivalry with neighbors like Tom Willis provided endless laughs. In real life, Sherman Hemsley got his start on Broadway before moving into television, first playing George Jefferson on All in the Family, before becoming the central figure in The Jeffersons for 11 seasons. He later starred in Amen and lent his voice to animated shows such as Dinosaurs. Away from the screen, Hemsley lived a relatively private life. He passed away on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74, from complications of lung cancer, remembered as one of sitcom history's most distinctive and beloved stars. Berlinda Tolbert portrayed Jenny Willis Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when she was 25 years old. Jenny is the intelligent, thoughtful, and level-headed daughter of Tom and Helen Willis. As part of one of television's first interracial families, Jenny's marriage to Lionel Jefferson was a significant milestone for representation in American sitcoms. She often serves as a bridge between the sometimes combative George Jefferson and her parents, using diplomacy and patience to diffuse tensions. In real life, Berlinda Tolbert studied drama at the University of North Carolina School of the Arts and in London before embarking on her acting career. While The Jeffersons remained her most famous role, she also appeared in films like Goodfellas, 1990, and guest-starred on numerous television shows. Known for her quiet professionalism, Tolbert stepped back from Hollywood later in life, focusing on personal pursuits and living largely outside the public eye. As of 2025, she is 75 years old and remains remembered for her groundbreaking role in one of television's most influential sitcoms. Franklin Cover portrayed Tom Willis in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 46 years old. Tom is a kind-hearted, open-minded, and slightly awkward man, married to Helen Willis, making them one of the first interracial couples regularly portrayed on American television. Friendly and good-natured, Tom often finds himself in the middle of George Jefferson's teasing and jabs, yet he responds with patience, humor, and an occasional sharp retort. His character represented tolerance and progress during a time when such depictions were still rare in mainstream media. In real life, Franklin Cover was a classically trained actor who worked extensively on stage before gaining television fame. After The Jeffersons, he appeared in guest roles on series like Who's the Boss? And Will and Grace, and in films including Wall Street. Known for his gentle demeanor off-screen, he remained active in acting into the 1990s. He passed away on February 5, 2006, at the age of 77 due to pneumonia, leaving a legacy as a performer who quietly helped reshape television history. Mike Evans portrayed Lionel Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 25 years old. Lionel is clever, ambitious, and quick with a comeback, often poking fun at his father while showing him deep respect. He is one of the first characters from All in the Family to transition into The Jeffersons, bringing a mix of charm and sharp humor to the role. Beyond acting, Mike Evans was also a co-creator of the hit sitcom Good Times, making him a behind-the-scenes pioneer in African-American television representation. His career included film appearances and occasional TV guest roles, but he largely stayed out of the limelight in later years. Known for his easygoing personality off-screen, he made an indelible mark on sitcom history despite a relatively brief acting resume. Tragically, Evans passed away on December 14, 2006, at the age of 57, from throat cancer, remembered for both his comedic talent and his role in shaping groundbreaking television. Marla Gibbs portrayed Florence Johnston in The Jeffersons, 1975, when she was 44 years old. Florence is the Jeffersons' sharp-tongued, quick-witted, and no-nonsense housekeeper, famous for her biting comebacks and fearless attitude toward her boss, George Jefferson. Though she often complains about her work, Florence has a big heart and shows deep loyalty to the Jefferson family. Her verbal sparring with George became one of the show's comedic highlights, and her popularity led to the spin-off series Checking In, 1981. In real life, Marla Gibbs was a late bloomer in the entertainment industry, leaving her job as a flight attendant to pursue acting in her 40s. Beyond the Jeffersons, she enjoyed success on 227, for which she also served as an executive producer. An accomplished singer and stage performer, Gibbs has received multiple NAACP Image Awards and continues to work in television and film into her 90s. As of 2025, she is 94 years old and remains a beloved icon of African American television history. Mike Evans portrayed Lionel Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 25 years old. Lionel is clever, ambitious, and quick with a comeback, often poking fun at his father while showing him deep respect. He is one of the first characters from All in the Family to transition into The Jeffersons, bringing a mix of charm and sharp humor to the role. Beyond acting, Mike Evans was also a co-creator of the hit sitcom Good Times, making him a behind-the-scenes pioneer in African American television representation. His career included film appearances and occasional TV guest roles, but he largely stayed out of the limelight in later years. Known for his easygoing personality off-screen, he made an indelible mark on sitcom history, despite a relatively brief acting resume. Tragically, Evans passed away on December 14, 2006, at the age of 57, from throat cancer, remembered for both his comedic talent and his role in shaping groundbreaking television. Erwin Keyes portrayed Hugo Mojalowski in The Jeffersons, 1981, when he was 29 years old. Hugo is a large, physically imposing character whose intimidating frame is often contrasted with his awkward charm or surprisingly gentle nature. His role leaned heavily on physical comedy, using his height, broad shoulders, and deadpan expressions to add humor to everyday interactions in the Jeffersons' world. Even when he played tough, Hugo was rarely truly threatening. His soft-hearted moments made him more endearing than dangerous. In real life, Erwin Keyes was a distinctive and memorable character actor, instantly recognizable from his deep voice, bald head, and warm off-screen personality. He appeared in a wide range of films and TV shows, from cult classics like The Warriors, 1979, and Friday the 13th, 1980, to comedies such as Married, with Children and CSI. He also worked with director Rob Zombie in House of 1,000 Corpses, 2003, and The Devil's Rejects, 2005. Despite often being cast as villains or henchmen, Keyes was beloved for his generosity toward fans and his kindness toward colleagues. He passed away on July 8, 2015, at the age of 63, from complications related to acromegaly, leaving behind a career full of scene-stealing moments and memorable roles. Paul Benedict portrayed Harry Bentley in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 37 years old. Bentley is the Jeffersons' eccentric, endlessly polite British neighbor, known for his unusual stories about life abroad and his habit of asking people to walk on his back to relieve muscle pain. Cheerful and a bit absent-minded, Bentley's quirky mannerisms and gentle personality made him a memorable comedic figure in the building's diverse cast of characters. In real life, Paul Benedict was a talented actor and director who began in theater and became known for his distinctive appearance, which was partly due to a condition called acromegaly. Outside the Jeffersons, he appeared in films such as The Goodbye Girl and This Is Spinal Tap, and was also a familiar face to children as the number painter on Sesame Street. Benedict remained active on stage and screen for decades. He passed away on December 1, 2008, at the age of 70 of natural causes, remembered fondly for his warm humor and unique charm. Damon Evans portrayed Lionel Jefferson in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 25 years old. Lionel is the witty, intelligent, and occasionally sarcastic son of George and Louise Jefferson. He often serves as a foil to his father's stubbornness, meeting George's bluster with humor and logic. As part of one of television's most famous African-American families, Lionel's character explored issues of race, class, and generational differences, while his romance with Jenny Willis represented a milestone for diversity on TV. Damon Evans took over the role from Mike Evans during the mid-1970s and brought a lighter, youthful energy to the character. Outside of the Jeffersons, he worked in theater and music, including performances on Broadway in productions like The Wiz. He eventually stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life outside Hollywood. As of 2025, he is 75 years old, remembered for carrying forward one of the most beloved sitcom sons in television history. Danny Wells portrayed Charlie in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 34 years old. Charlie is the affable and talkative owner of the neighborhood bar, a place where George and other characters sometimes gather for casual conversation or comic exchanges. Known for his friendly demeanor and easy rapport with customers, Charlie provided a relaxed backdrop to some of the show's lighter moments. In real life, Danny Wells was a versatile Canadian actor whose career spanned television, film, and voice work. He was widely recognized for portraying Luigi in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, 1989, and for numerous guest spots on hit series, including Columbo and Sanford and Son. His voice acting work extended to animated series such as Batman the Animated Series. Off-screen, Wells was known for his humor and warmth with colleagues. He passed away on November 28, 2013, at the age of 72 in Toronto, Canada, leaving behind a legacy as a character actor beloved by fans across multiple generations. Ned Wertimer portrayed Ralph Hart in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 52 years old. Ralph is the ever-smiling doorman of the Jeffersons' deluxe apartment building, known for his polite manners and not-so-subtle hints when fishing for tips. He is opportunistic, yet charming, always ready with a friendly greeting or a sly comment. Ralph often serves as a light comic presence, popping in with one-liners that brighten the scene. In real life, Ned Wertimer was a versatile actor who appeared in over 100 television shows and films, including Mary Poppins, 1964, and Pirates of the Caribbean, at World's End, 2007. He was also an accomplished stage performer and member of the Screen Actors Guild's board. Wertimer continued acting well into his 80s, maintaining his warm demeanor off-screen. He passed away on January 2, 2013, at the age of 89, from complications after a fall, leaving behind a rich legacy of character work that delighted audiences for decades. Ernest Hardin Jr. portrayed Marcus Henderson in The Jeffersons, 1977, when he was 25 years old. Marcus is a likable, streetwise young man who occasionally interacts with George Jefferson and other residents, bringing a youthful and energetic presence to the show. His character added a fresh dynamic to the ensemble, often with quick wit and charm. In real life, Ernest Hardin Jr. built a steady career in television and film, appearing in series such as Different Strokes, The Love Boat, and The Bill Cosby Show. He also worked alongside Bill Cosby in The Cosby Show, further cementing his presence in American sitcom history. Hardin's career has included stage performances and independent film work, and he has maintained an active presence in the entertainment industry over several decades. As of 2025, he is 72 years old, still engaged in acting and remembered fondly by fans for his contribution to one of television's most enduring sitcoms. Victor Killian portrayed Uncle Bertram in The Jeffersons, 1975, when he was 84 years old. Uncle Bertram was a quirky, good-natured relative whose eccentricities brought a layer of offbeat humor to the show's early years. Killian's performance captured the warmth of a family elder while giving the character a slightly mischievous streak, making him instantly memorable despite limited appearances. In real life, Victor Killian's acting career began in the silent film era and stretched over 6 decades. He was a familiar face in films like The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, 1938, and on television in shows such as Gunsmoke and All in the Family. Killian's career was interrupted during the 1950s when he was blacklisted during the Hollywood Red Scare, yet he made a strong comeback in later decades. Off-screen, he was known as a principled man and an advocate for actors' rights. Tragically, Killian was murdered in his Hollywood apartment on March 11, 1979, at the age of 88, the victim of a violent robbery, ending the life of a man who had witnessed and helped shape the evolution of American entertainment. Garrett Morris portrayed Jimmy in The Jeffersons, 1983, when he was 46 years old. Jimmy is a guest character who brought his trademark comedic flair to the series, delivering humor with impeccable timing. While his appearance on The Jeffersons was brief, Garrett Morris is far better known for his pioneering role as an original cast member of Saturday Night Live, 1975 to 1980, where his sharp sketches and bold performances broke barriers for African-American comedians on national television. His career has included work in sitcoms such as Martin and Two Broke Girls, as well as numerous film appearances. A trained singer and actor, Morris also has a background in music and stage performance. In 1994, he survived a shooting during a robbery attempt, demonstrating remarkable resilience by returning to acting. As of 2025, he is 88 years old, still celebrated as a comedy trailblazer whose influence extends far beyond his brief role in The Jeffersons. Stefan Girash portrayed Alan West in The Jeffersons, 1983, when he was 57 years old. Alan West appeared in just one episode, but Girash's performance carried both warmth and subtle humor, giving the character more depth than a typical sitcom guest might receive. His Alan West blended authority with a touch of eccentricity, making him memorable despite limited screen time. In real life, Stefan Girash was a veteran actor whose career spanned more than half a century across stage, television, and film. He was widely respected for his ability to transition seamlessly between genres, playing rugged frontier men in Jeremiah Johnson, 1972, townsfolk in High Plains Drifter, 1973, and a sinister principal in the horror classic Carrie, 1976. His television credits included appearances on Star Trek, The Next Generation, The X-Files, and Hill Street Blues. Off-stage, Girash was also a dedicated acting teacher, passing on his craft to younger generations. Known for his commanding presence and meticulous character work, he was admired by peers and audiences alike. He passed away on September 6, 2014, at the age of 88, from natural causes, leaving behind a body of work that reflected both versatility and excellence. Hal Williams appeared in The Jeffersons between 1977 and 1978, playing Kent Tobin and later Michael when he was 39 years old. Williams brought each character to life with an easy mix of humor, subtle social commentary, and charm. His work fit seamlessly into the show's balance of comedy and cultural relevance. In real life, Hal Williams has had a long and respected career in film and television, most famously playing Officer Smitty on Sanford and Son and Lester Jenkins on 227. His screen presence often conveyed a mix of authority and warmth, making him equally suited for comedic and dramatic roles. Williams also appeared in films like Private Benjamin, 1980, and Flight, 2012, proving his range over the decades. Known for his professionalism and gracious demeanor, Williams has continued to work well into his later years, earning the admiration of colleagues and audiences alike. Born on December 14, 1938, he is 86 years old as of 2025, remaining an enduring figure in television history. Greg Morris portrayed Jimmy's cousin in The Jeffersons, 1983, when he was 50 years old. Though his role was brief, he brought an understated charisma and warmth that meshed perfectly with the show's comedic rhythm. Known for his quick wit and calm presence, his character subtly anchored the episode while offering memorable comedic beats. In real life, Greg Morris was a pioneering African-American actor who rose to fame as Barney Collier on the groundbreaking series Mission Impossible, 1966 to 1973. His portrayal of the gadget and technology expert broke racial barriers on network television and inspired generations of black actors. He also starred in Vegas, 1978 to 1981, and made numerous guest appearances on shows throughout the 70s and 80s. Away from acting, Morris was deeply respected for his professionalism and dedication to authentic representation in media. He battled cancer in his later years and sadly passed away on August 27, 1996, at the age of 62 from brain cancer, leaving behind a legacy as a television trailblazer. Hal Williams appeared in The Jeffersons between 1977 and 1978, playing Kent Tobin and later Michael when he was 39 years old. Williams brought each character to life with an easy mix of humor, subtle social commentary, and charm. His work fits seamlessly into the show's balance of comedy and cultural relevance. In real life, Hal Williams has had a long and respected career in film and television, most famously playing Officer Smitty on Sanford and Son and Lester Jenkins on 227. His screen presence often conveyed a mix of authority and warmth, making him equally suited for comedic and dramatic roles. Williams also appeared in films like Private Benjamin, 1980, and Flight, 2012, proving his range over the decades. Known for his professionalism and gracious demeanor, Williams has continued to work well into his later years, earning the admiration of colleagues and audiences alike. Born on December 14, 1938, he is 86 years old as of 2025, remaining an enduring figure in television history. Bernard Fox portrayed Andrew Derrick in The Jeffersons, 1982, when he was 55 years old. Andrew Derrick is a guest character whose charm, wit, and refined demeanor immediately set him apart in the Jeffersons' bustling world. Though his screen time was brief, Fox infused the role with his signature British elegance and sly comedic undertones, making the character memorable. In real life, Bernard Fox was a Welsh actor whose career spanned more than 5 decades and crossed genres effortlessly. He became a household name for playing Dr. Bombay on Bewitched and Colonel Crittenden on Hogan's Heroes, roles that showcased his impeccable comedic timing. On the big screen, he appeared in films such as The Mummy, 1999, in which he played the eccentric pilot Winston Havelock, and James Cameron's Titanic, 1997, where he portrayed Colonel Archibald Gracie IV. Fox's career included stage work, voice acting, and countless television guest spots, cementing his reputation as one of the most reliable and likable character actors of his era. Off-screen, he was known for his warm personality, sense of humor, and love for storytelling. He passed away on December 14, 2016, at the age of 89, from heart failure, leaving an enduring legacy in both comedy and adventure roles. Who is your favorite character from The Jeffersons? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.